How's it going? In this video, we're going to be talking about how to generate plumbing clients using meta advertising. That is Facebook and Instagram. And no, I'm not just talking about generating leads. I'm talking about booked estimates in your calendar. Okay? So let's jump right in. I don't like to waste time. Real quick, my name's Paul Carell. I've been in this whole demand generation and online marketing thing for over 10 years. I started with a local service business myself, and now I've worked with companies in every conceivable market, both national, international, and local. That's my mercifully short. Here's why it's worth listening to me. Let's jump in, okay? So we're going to be talking about the big opportunity that I think most plumbers are missing out on and how to exploit it. And then I'm going to give you the overall strategy, the common pitfalls to avoid, and then we're going to get into actual execution in the ads manager so you can see how it's actually done, along with a couple examples of well-structured funnels or web pages that are going to get the job done. And again, the job being getting people scheduled on your calendar for actual jobs, not just people filling out a form who are going to ghost you or say, I don't remember filling that out, and cuss you out and hang up on you when you try to follow up. And I'm talking about generating leads for you and you only, not leads that are going to get sold to you and God knows how many of your competitors, like you're paying out the nose for things like, Angie's List and Home Advisor and all those. Okay. All right. Intro rant over. Let me get my mug out of the way and minimize. Let's jump in. This document will be linked below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you want to use it as kind of a standard operating procedure for yourself or hand off to somebody in your office on your staff who's going to execute on this for you. Okay. So first off, the big opportunities, top of mind branding on the cheap. Okay, and I'm going to get into exactly how to do this. You can be front row center in somebody's mind each and every time they open up social media for pennies on the dollar. This is the type of stuff that Coca-Cola and Apple spend billions of dollars on, and you can basically manufacture a local celebrity for as little as $5 a day. So even if people don't need your services right now, when they inevitably do, you're the first person that comes to mind. Second, social media is drastically underutilized by plumbers because obviously if somebody has an emergency they need to fix right now, they're going to come looking for you on Google and not social media. What social media will allow you to do is sell your high ticket, high margin type services that people shop around and contemplate about beforehand, right? So we're not talking about unclogging drains, although that's definitely a possibility. We're talking about the big dollar stuff, right? People who want to redo the whole house. They want to do a renovation of some sort. Big money stuff, okay? So these are the big opportunities that most plumbers are missing out on by not advertising on social. Okay? Already said what we're going to cover. Real quick, common pitfalls. You've probably noticed that little boosting ads button on the apps like Instagram and Facebook, and maybe you've tried it before, and most people will find that it does absolutely nothing, and that is true. Don't bother. Okay? It's a waste of money, waste of time. No generic ads and no copying the big dogs most of the time. I'm going to show you a rare exception that I've found for you. Big corporate style advertising doesn't really need to justify its expense. They just want exposure and branding, whereas a local service based business has to justify every penny they spend on marketing and see a return on that investment. And that's the type of marketing I'm going to show you how to do here. So be very careful when you start going down this journey. Don't copy the big corporate guys too much because you'll end up burning a lot of money and not seeing a lot of verifiable return on investment. Okay? Okay. And no trying to outsmart the algorithm. I don't see this a whole lot anymore, but a lot of times if you hire an agency or you have a tech savvy niece or nephew really go down the rabbit hole in this ads thing, they'll try to do all kinds of clever stuff. You're not going to outsmart the algorithm. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, fantastic. Leave it alone. Okay. Okay. So strategy over to you. Um, we are going to, again, we're going to do some top of mind branding, and then we're going to generate leads. And I hate to say generate leads. We're going to generate booked appointments. Let's say that, okay? Because leads are trash. Super important. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So what I'm going to show you here is key, but I can't show you everything. You may have hired agencies before. You may have paid for leads from places like Angie's List and all that before, and not a lot of them work out. They ghost you. Like you said, I don't remember filling this out, blah, blah, blah. And that's because leads are crap. Leads are easy. Turning leads into customers, most people think it's hard, but once you watch this video, you're going to see how easy it is. That's the important part. Duh, that's what we're doing this for. So in order to make that happen, you want people to be able to book into your calendar directly in the funnel. Okay? You're going to want to start incorporating AI chatbots that can follow up with anybody that inquires on the website, through your advertising, through Google, like places, maps, all that, and in the DMs in your social media. I don't have time to go in this right in this video. I'm going to do something on chatbots for you all on its own. I think this is the best option, obviously, because it doesn't get tired, take time off, get bored, get complacent, and it does the job perfectly every time in seconds. However, having a full-time staffer whose only job is to follow up leads the moment they come in is well worth the expense if you have somebody good doing it. Pulled some interesting stats here. Plumbers miss anywhere from 28 to 40% of phone calls, costing an average of $68,000 in lost business per year. 83% of customers expect a reply from you if you can't get to them right away within 10 minutes. Okay? Being able to follow up with somebody within 10 minutes increases your chances of turning them into a customer by 4 times, or 400%. And 30% of those inquiries that come in that you can't get to right away are just going to go right on to your competitors like that the same day, which of course you do not want. And even for existing customers, 70% of your current customers right now will switch over to your competitor at a moment's notice if you take too long to get back to them or service is spotty. All right. So let's get into the actual execution. I want to show you a little bit about what the big dogs are doing. Okay. When I go to the ads library, and you can look this up, just Google Facebook ads library, and I put in Roto-Rooter because they're a large national company. You're going to see kind of what I'm talking about here. I'm going to show you a way to do it a little bit better so you can outmaneuver the large corporates, but they're doing a decent job. Look at this right here. Let me hit play on this. Okay, so obviously kind of like a funny tongue-in-cheek thing designed to get your attention. Notice there's no call to action. There's no, hey, hire us, hey, go to a website and book a call with us, anything like that. It's just content for the sake of content. This is branding, okay? You can see other examples of branding down here. I think it's a skateboard video. See, real short, kind of cool, literally 13 seconds. And this you can contact them with, but obviously it's not something that has a specific offer and a call to action. All right, these are branding pieces. What I suggest branding wise, better than, skateboarding and DJs in bathrooms, is just take frequently asked questions and answer them. And it could be a zero production type of a selfie video, just looking straight into your freaking cell phone like this. Okay? Doesn't have to be fancy. You can shoot in the shop, you can shoot it at home. You don't like being on camera, find a younger person in the shop that's cool with it. Whatever, niece, nephew, employee. You know what the frequently asked questions are. They come in every day. But just in case you don't, you can just give it a Google. Top 20 frequently asked questions for plumbers. Bam. What are the signs of a water leak? How can I prevent frozen pipes? What should I do about burst pipes? There you go, right there. You got 20 pieces of content you can create just off of that. It could be anywhere from 30 seconds to a 5-minute how-to, or just a quick answer is probably better. That's going to range from, say, 45 seconds to 90 seconds for social media. Now you have content. Post it to your social media profiles, and then run your branding ad. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, again, you can spend anywheres from $5 to $20 a day. I suggest throwing about literally $1 a day per video. So if you answer 5 frequently asked questions, run $1 a day per video and just let that run. And when you get around to it in another week or two, shoot 5 more. Shoot 5 more here and there, 5 more here and there, until you have yourself a good 10 to 20 pieces of content that you're spending literally $1 a day, and run it to your service area. I'm going to show you that in a moment. These ads don't produce business directly. This is branding. This is going to A, make people aware that you exist, and B, keep you top of mind, and C, most importantly, build that know, like, and trust because you're posting helpful content, right? So when, again, they inevitably do need you, you're the only one they're thinking of, right? Okay, so let's talk about this. Let me go over to my little demo account real quick. Okay, so here we are in my demo account. The way you would set up a simple branding campaign is this. You would hit create. Your objective is going to be engagement. And you're going to hit continue. You want to do this manually. This stuff hasn't quite come along, doesn't work as well yet. It'll get there, but not yet. Ad set budget, yes. Special ad category, new. Don't need to do anything here except name it branding, or whatever you want to call it. Next. Okay. This I would say branding and name of the video that you're going to be using. Okay, that's just like the naming syntax I like to use. Now you can see here's a random page that I used to manage. It's going to choose your business page in there. It's going to choose your Instagram page automatically. You're not going to have to screw with that. Because I'm in marketing, I have a bunch of stuff like that. Okay, daily budget, like I said, $1. Okay, nothing too crazy. Now, conversions. We don't want message destination. We want on your ad. Video views pops up automatically most of the time, but make sure that's the one you want. Because again, this is just branding, you just want it consumed. Oh, see, it erased my $1. $1. Because of course we're going to create one of these for every video. Really easy to create duplicates. Now, location, you don't want to be running it all over the United States. You want your service area. All right? So let's take my hometown. We're going to call it Ventura County. All right, usually you're serving your county or several around it. You want to make sure you do that. No other targeting is necessary. Don't try to get fancy. You can adjust the age if you'd like, because obviously you're going after homeowners, but not going to make a huge difference, to be honest, in this type of program. So call it 25, call it 30, whatever you want to do. Gender, detailed targeting, any of that. Don't bother. Placements Don't bother. Don't touch anything else. Go here. Branding. Name of video. There we go. Okay, so your page is going to be in here, right? And here it is. Now, when you make these Q&A videos, upload them to your account like organic content, and they will get viewed. But in order to spread them around and make sure everybody in your service area sees them, you're going to hit this and say, use existing post. Now, I don't know what I have on this old page, but let's see. If I hit it, okay, cool, look. All the old posts come up. I can just select one of these. I think these are all probably old lead gen ads or something, but who cares? We'll click one just as an example. It'll pull it in, and there it is. There's my ads. Sweet. Okay? That's all there is to it. I don't have to screw with anything else. The only thing I will check here is make sure they don't have any extra things clicked. That's going to take people from like off the platform or into your messenger, right? So right here, you can see it's not letting me do that. It has a call to action on it because the ad has been used for other stuff. You're going to be able to just hit remove and take that off. And that's generally what you want to do because it's not going to produce any messages that are worth a damn. And then all you do is hit publish. And I don't know if it'll let me publish because I didn't fill I don't even have a payment option in this demo account. But once you hit publish, let's say you manage to publish that, it won't be green or in draft anymore. Usually takes a couple hours for them to look it over and make sure you're not doing anything heinous. And then when you go to make the next one for your other 5, 10, 15 videos, all you got to do is hit duplicate. It duplicates the whole thing for you, right? There's your copy. And all you'd have to do is come in here and say, hey, it's video 2. You know, video 2. Come on down here and put change post and say, I'm going to do this one now. Continue. Bam. Publish. Piece of cake. So you don't have to do all this stuff manually for every single one. You just set up the first one correctly, and then you just duplicate. Piece of cake. All right, and again, you're going to have all this laid out for you right here. Again, budget, $5 to $20 a day, no big deal. Engagement, video views, targeting, just your service area, no other targeting. Using the existing posts, look up the top 20 frequently asked, piece of cake. Create helpful content. And again, zero production value is needed, okay? You can literally shoot selfie stuff, have one of the guys in the shop just film you on their freaking cell phone. If you have nieces and nephews that are really interested in this kind of thing, and many of you do, put them to work. They'll learn a valuable skill while they do that. If they want to do some minor editing or add captions and things like that, there's a really easy and free editing software you could download right onto your cell phone as an app. CapCut is a good one. Captions is another one. And both of those have free and paid versions. And the paid versions are like, I don't know, $5 to $10 a month or something. It's nothing. Okay. But again, not necessary. Can be just totally, like I said, zero production value. Okay. And because it looks authentic, it looks down to earth. You know, why are people on Facebook anyways? They're looking at silly cat videos and what's going on with their grandkids and their nieces and nephews across the country, blah, 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 blah. They're not looking for professional quality editing. In fact, if something looks too professional, a lot of times, the performance will go down because people automatically think ad and scroll right past it. Okay, cool. Now, let's get into lead generation. Lead generation is the most important because this is what creates the ROI for you, verifiably. This is what's going to get business. And again, we're not just generating leads, we're generating booked times to either call them or show up at a physical location and give them an estimate. Okay? Budget for this, I suggest anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 or more, depending on your service area and how densely populated, where you live is. Okay. Could you do it for less than that? Absolutely, you can. If you live in a small town, more rural area, but I would budget, say, bare minimum, maybe $500 a month on this. If you live in a really small area, if you live in a densely populated area, definitely start at about 1,500. It will create an ROI for you. Okay. Now, let's look at some funnels. Going back to the big dogs here. Okay, so we're back in the ads library. Now we're looking at these ads here where you see Book Now, America's #1 plumbing company. This is not a very good ad. Okay? This is not a very good ad. Drain experts, whatever. But at least they're putting it out there and giving you a chance to book. And when you hit this, it goes on over to this landing page, which I like better. Okay? So what I don't like about these ads is they're too generic. In your ads, you want to make a specific offer. And the first offer I recommend testing is just, hey, get a free estimate, get a free second opinion, right? It's tried and true. It's what people are used to seeing. It's not the sexiest offer, but it's gonna work because, again, people know the procedure already, right? Later on, I suggest trying specific ads for specific high ticket, high margin jobs, whatever types of jobs those might be for you. Now, being a marketer, I jumped on ChatGPT and just said, hey, what are the most lucrative types of jobs for plumbers to do? See, so once you throw up a basic like, hey, would you like an inspection, a free quote, a second opinion, that's kind of cover all the bases for you, it's definitely worthwhile to test ads with specific offers for some of these high ticket, high margin services. And I know everybody out there does some of these, maybe not all of these. Maybe you do something that's not on this list. You know what you're talking about. You know your business. This is just me from the outside looking in, doing my homework, okay? But this is one of the big things that social media gives you a massive advantage over. If you're doing your branding and you're staying top of mind, people know, like, and trust you because you're putting out helpful content, and then you make an offer for something like this that may not be an emergency they need taken care of right now, but they're really going to take their time to do diligence and want to do business with somebody they're going to be able to trust, you can sell the hell out of this stuff on social media. And that is a massive advantage, is that, quite frankly, I don't see any plumbers taking advantage of right now. Okay, so back to the ad, I would make a specific offer like, hey, do you want an estimate or something, right? If you click this, it'll take you over to this page, which is actually pretty damn good. See? The funny thing is I would probably just take this copy right here along with a little bit of blurb like, hey, we're so-and-so plumbing. We've been in business in your town since wherever, and we're giving free estimates, inspections, second opinions, or whatever. And by the way, we have a special deal where you can get 75% off whatever service that or $75 off, whatever, right? It's a specific offer. It boggles my mind that they don't have this exact wording and specific offer on the ad itself, but it should be, okay? And then they have a seamless, hey, what's your zip? Obviously, you don't have to ask these same questions. I'm going to show you a better example that'll work better for you if you're a local business. But here it is. Very, very important. Notice at the very end, the last step is to schedule a date. Okay, so they're not just collecting contact information and trying to follow up, at the end of the day when they have time, or relying on their front desk person to call and convert these leads, because that never works. Okay, if you generate a lead and you don't book them right away, or you don't have a professional setter that calls 24/7, 365, it's like a 99% chance that lead is just going to go off into the ether, and you paid for it for no reason. You want them to be able to schedule right away. And you can see right here, that's exactly what the big dogs are doing. A quick, hey, here's a little bit about us. We're awesome. You trust us. You know us. Social proof. And then the obligatory, contact us blah, blah, blah. All right. Let me show you a version of this page that would work really well for you if you're a local or regional business. Okay. So here's a page that I use as a mock-up or demo. You can see I just threw a logo in here of one of my local plumbing companies. These guys are pretty cool, just happen to know them. But here it is. Now you notice here, again, I'm making a specific offer. I'm saying, hey, look it. A free visual plumbing inspection. This could be, again, free estimate. You can throw in a discount, whatever. Here's the benefits you get. Hit this. Okay. And then here, you know, a quick blurb about the company, what we do, some FAQs, social proof. You can, there's actually a great widget that I can throw in here that just pulls reviews straight from Google. And then, you know, your Google Places stuff right here. Obviously, my client's not in New York, but the obligatory contact information, right? Okay. Again, this is just a mock-up. But again, what are we doing here? Top of the page, before I have to scroll down, I see a specific offer for a specific thing. And I'm going to use that same exact specific offer and copy in the ad. We'll get to that in a moment. When I hit this, bam, I got a little pop-up, basic contact information, exactly what they're looking for, right? They just check the box. Once they hit this, bam, it kicks them on over this page where they can schedule right away. And I cannot emphasize how important this is. Now, you're still going to have somebody call in person or use an AI chatbot to follow up with them to not only confirm and remind them of the appointment, but have a quick chat with them, build some kind of connection and affinity to basically pre-qualify them, make sure you're not wasting your time, and drastically reduce the chances of them flaking or canceling the appointment. Okay, so back to the ads. Super basic graphics like this. I mean, that's stock photography, but I would use something that's more candid, you know, a really basic thing like this. And then instead of American #1 plumbing or something generic like that, again, put that free estimate, $75 off, whatever the specific offer is going to be on the landing page, right? Straightforward stuff. You can also do, again, if you're comfortable on camera, somebody in the shop, niece or nephew, selfie. Hey, how's it going? I'm Joe Blow from Joe Blow's Plumbing Services in your town, USA. And perhaps there's a project that you've been thinking about undertaking. Maybe you need new pipes, maybe you need to do blah, 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 blah. I'd like to extend to you a free inspection, a free estimate, a free second opinion. Plus, if you decide to go with us, you know, you can get this cool deal, whatever it is. Something like that. Again, literally zero production value, selfie style video. Just like, hi, here I am. Here's what I got. Here's my offer. Here's how to get it. Click the thing below and fill out the thing and schedule. That ugly, no production value whatsoever approach freaking works. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of people hate being on camera. It freaks them out. But it's going to work. Okay, so let's talk about exactly how you're going to set this up in the Ads Manager. All right, back in the Ads Manager, you're going to hit that Create button once again. Only this time, of course, we are looking for leads. Bam. Continue. Again, this isn't quite there yet. We're going to do it manually. Very, very similar. Okay, we can do ad set budget, we do campaign budget, doesn't really matter. I like ad set budget. Nothing else we need to do here except name the thing. You can say free estimate schedule ads, right? Then we'll come to the next step. Now, it usually wants to default to instant forms. Instant forms are okay, but you're going to get a higher quality lead if you send them to an actual web page. So I like to do website. You can do a combination of the two as well. Works really well. But again, I like the quality of the lead. Okay, so right here it's telling me to create a pixel, because a pixel is how you track. Okay, so I'm going to bit Paul's demo pixel. This is kind of cool because this will be what you'll be experiencing the first time you set up a brand new ad account. Okay, and enter website. Okay, I'm just going to use my personal. Right, check. Let's see. Been a while since I've had to do this from scratch. Write code now. Return to creating your ad. Okay. I'm going to come back to this in a moment. I'll show you how to install it on the website. But data set. Look at that. There's my little demo pixel I just set up right before your eyes. The conversion event. I'll show you that in a moment as well. In this case, we're going to want schedule. Okay. You can go lead as well, right? But I like schedule. All right, so we got that. We can use dynamic creative, always a good idea. In fact, I'm gonna turn that on. 20 bucks a day, that's kind of low. I like to start at about 50 bucks a day. 30 to 50 is fine, okay? Again, location. Let's stick with my previous example. My hometown or home county, we'll do that. Ventura, California. Bam, we'll do that. Audience suggestion, no. Placements, no, not gonna mess with it. Again, don't try to outsmart the algorithm. The algorithm likes broad audiences. You don't need to get fancier with it. A lot of agencies will like to overcomplicate this. So they can charge you more, I guess. I don't know. Not necessary. In fact, it's kind of detrimental to performance. Okay. Then I'm going to hit next. Now, in this case, right, I'm going to put free estimate ad. And I might put the types of ads it is. Graphic ads. Bam. There. Your page will come up automatically. And instead of, where are we at? There we go. Instead of using an existing post, we're going to actually create the ad in the ads manager. We're going to select an image. And what's cool is when you select an image, right? Hey, there it is. I'll pull it straight from the account, or I can just say, hey, I'm going to upload. And it'll just pull up, hey, what if I want to do, I'll use my guy, Smart Choice Plumbing, as an example. Oh, that's weird. Freaked out. All right, let's come up with something else. I'll just do whatever. You can upload anything from your desktop. For the sake of this, let's just use the old stuff that's already on the thing. Okay, buy residential solar. All right, so there you go. And then here's the easy ad copy hack. Everybody overcomplicates this, okay? Take the copy from the landing page and literally copy and paste like so. You might have to do a little bit of formatting, as you can see here. Kind of spreads it out. Don't like that. Right? Oh, this is annoying too. This stuff, this can be useful. You can see it'll generate copy variants for you, which is awesome. You don't even have to be a great copywriter. You can say, oh, I like this variation, I like this variation, or I hate all these variations, never use them. Up to you. I think they're worth testing. Well, let me give you an example, okay? I like to say, attention, Ventura homeowners. Ooh, Aurora. That way they know, oh, this is local, right? They're calling me out. Free visual plumbing inspection. What you'll get, okay? And again, you might have to do a little bit of formatting, and you can make it look fun, like, oh, let's do a little check mark right here. There we go. Bam, and then I'm not going to bore you to death doing this all manually, but you get what I mean. Okay, 100% satisfaction guarantee. Okay, stuff about us goes here, right? We are JJ's Plumbing in Ventura, and we're super cool because of this, right? And if you want us to take a look at these things, click the link below, schedule a free estimate, right? Straightforward stuff. Don't overcomplicate this marketing stuff, okay? It doesn't have to be clever. It doesn't have to be cute. This is not corporate branding. This is like, hi, I'm a human that runs a business in your local area, and you're a person in my local area that needs those services. We should talk. That's pretty much as complicated as it needs to be, okay? And then, let's say we're over here, we grab our URL. I really like this software for local service businesses, setting up your marketing, go high level, good stuff. Where am I going? Let's go back over here. And then you say, cool, website URL. That's where I'm sending the traffic. Copy and paste that right in. And look at this. Okay, attention, Ventura homeowners. Free visual plumbing inspection. Here's what you get, right? There it is. Obviously, you're going to have a relevant pick there. That's just a placeholder. I like to leave this on none. The call stuff sounds inviting. Oh, that'd be cool. People just called me. They never freaking call you from Facebook. Trust me. Okay. You can do learn more. That tends to get the most clicks, but you can also use, I think there's a book now too. Either way, you can do both. Check that out. Bam. It'll rotate through these two and just use whichever one gets the most clicks for you. Come down here and you hit publish and you're freaking off and running. Now you're generating leads. And if you're using a cool piece of software like this, they're going to come here and then they're going to go schedule something for you, and it's going to come up over here in your calendar. This is obviously a demo account, so there's nothing in here. And voila. You don't just have a lead that are going to ghost you or cuss you out. Now you have somebody booked in your calendar who actually wants to talk to you. Pretty cool stuff. All right, that's it. I know it's a bit long-winded, but I wanted to give you as much value in this video as I possibly can. I'm going to involve a few more notes here, like where you can create your ad creatives, those simple graphic creatives that you saw, say, Roto-Rooter using. You can use a free tool called Canva. I'll save installing the pixel later, because really you could find that in any help section, so I don't want to be even more long-winded showing you that. It's quick and easy. It's a copy and paste job. What's important is that you understand the overall strategy here, okay? Helpful content is the best branding, not corporate or television style stuff. You can put it in front of everybody in your service area for $5 to $20 a day, which is ridiculous, and stay top of mind and build more know, like, and trust than all your competitors for pennies on the dollar. When you put out ads to generate leads, have a very specific offer on there. Don't just say, hey, we do plumbing and we exist. Say, do you want a free estimate, a free leak inspection, whatever the service is. And take this opportunity to test ads for selling your higher ticket, higher margin, non-emergency type services. Okay. And that's about it. Use a software like Go High Level and get people to book a time right away. Don't just generate the lead. That one stupid little thing will save you so much money and frustration. AI chatbots coming in a subsequent video. I hope this was helpful. Again, I will leak this document down below. If you have questions, of course, ask in the comments. I'll also leave my personal email below. You can email me directly. And if you're thinking to yourself, hey, this is cool, I'd like to implement this, but I'm busy, I got bigger fish to fry, just freaking do it for me. Fine, we can do that too. Use that email, shoot me a message, and we'll schedule a time to talk. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.